Good?
Yeah, we're good.
Wait, let me try something. Okay, we're good.
All right. We're with Obey the King. Obey the King, Cameroon.
Peace Empire.
You're not a superstar, but tell us who you are.
Like I said it, I'm not a superstar, but all these dudes, they run around trying to be like me. I inspire most of these dudes out there if you didn't know that.
Okay, explain on is it the music? Is it the fashion? Is it just the swag all day? You know.
It's everything about Obey the King, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first off, they start wondering how I put off a name like Obey the King, and everybody's always like, so who's the king? I'm like, it could be God, I could be the one, it could be you. You get it?
Yeah,
yeah. So anybody could be the king.
Anybody can be the king.
Yeah.
What inspired you to come up with that name?
Just obey the king. Just obey the king. Okay. I'm El. You know, El in Hebrew stands for God, and we all know God is the king. So I was like, just obey the king. Just obey the king.
Got you. Do you get a lot of hate with that name?
Yeah, a lot of people they're like, so what the fuck you want to come and prove here? You we should obey which king? And some people even got to the extent and they're like, I'm not obeying any king. Is it a cult? Is it what kind of name is that? Is it a ban? You get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've had a lot of questions like, why obey the king? Or how did you come up with that name? What inspired you? But I say it's deeper than anybody could think.
Yeah. Some things can't be explained. They're just in you and not on you.
That's it. I'll just tell you like, okay, I got this because I'm ill. But well, that's just because I want you to know that. But it's deeper. It's deeper than anybody could ever think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really deeper.
Now, we're in Peace Empire Studios, and this is where you come record your music.
It's where the magic takes place.
What's your process on recording?
I can't really say there's a procedure, like a planned out something to follow. When we have the instrumental, everything, the inspiration, I just hit up, okay. Yo, I got this stuff. I'm come this day. We set the time. You know, you have to work on timing. You just can't pull up at a studio and you expect to have some recording time and all that. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you already have the songs laid out on paper or in your head before you come to the studio? And have you heard the beat before?
Oh yeah. I do that. I get too poetic with my writing, and like it might surprise a lot of people when it comes to freestyling. I'm like, nah, that's not my shit. I want to make sure everything I say has the impact I'm saying it for. Or if I say this word, it's because I meant it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I start freestyling, I'ma just fuck everybody up. I'll be like, yo, get your shit out of here. But I like to write and like position every word where it's supposed to be. So when you get the message, it sticks. Rather than just run off my mouth saying stupid shit that nobody really cares about. Or that's just it.
Okay. do you think that might be what's wrong with rap right now? Is it, with folks like Jay-Z and Lil Wayne being so gifted and being able to memorize what they put in their head, and everybody wanted to kind of copy them. So now people really are just freestyling whole albums.
Okay. There's something. Let's get this straight. There's off the dome freestyle, and there is freestyling that you wrote. A beat could come on now, and if I feel myself in it, you get me saying some lines. That's because I wrote them, and what I wrote matches the beat. You get?
Mhm.
That's what a lot of these niggas do. And fake it. They call it freestyle, but it's no freestyle. There's freestyle off the dome. And I respect a lot of guys who do that. And people who do that nowadays are really like rare. Off the dome freestyle, if you can get what I say.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of people write and get into the studio, do something, and at the end of the day, they even do a video and they still call it freestyle. You
Yeah.
hear people giving backup. That's like, what the fuck? How did you know your lines? How did you know what you were going to say? And he's doing some backup. You get it?
Yeah. Now, we always found that funny. You know, somebody have a freestyle and your hook is done, and you know people know what you're gonna say.
Freestyle. A lot of
Yeah.
people misinterpret. They just misuse the words.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you straight. I don't do freestyle. I don't do off the dome freestyle. A beat could come on and I have my lyrics. If it matches, I'll do it. But
Gotcha.
I wouldn't really say, even if I say it's a freestyle, it's just for the term of it.
Now, Obey the King is a rapper, is a fashion designer. You could call him the Cameroon Kanye West, because even the outfit that he's wearing from
Straight.
head to toe, it's him.
Seriously, this hard shit, man.
Yeah. And is this for purchase globally? Can people buy this globally online?
Just we could do just nationwide distribution for the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For now, we are still trying to expand. It's not gotten to that level where we could ship out of the country. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Still trying to put things in place and see how it's gonna work.
And if somebody does want this from out of the country, this is an
Out
art
of the
piece.
country,
It's an art piece. It's gonna have to be shipped like a Mona Lisa.
Straight.
Yeah. You know.
You pay. You and it's gotta worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You pay for it because you really like it. You want to feel yourself in it, not just for the fancy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Now-
I don't do stuff because A did this or B did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Like, let me put it straight. Like, I hate being a trend follower. I like to set the trend for people to follow. You know, there are some of my songs. If they came on today, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, did you record this yesterday?" But it's been there for ages. It's been there for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in your catalog, how many songs would you say you've recorded?
Oh my! I lost count. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I lost count.
Okay, that's a whole bunch of songs.
A bunch of them.
A full catalog.
Yeah.
But
If I really had to start releasing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what I'm gonna do is, I've experienced a lot of change as time went by. Like the way I sound now is not like how I started yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Every day is a new me. I try to, you get it?
Mm-hmm.
I try to recreate myself. Like, I'm not that stereotype kind of guy. So time has really passed, and I'm like, most of the songs I did way back, I could just retouch a few things on them. And we hit a little bit of the Afro in it because I was way back. I didn't really have this Afro feel in my stuff. You get it?
Okay.
Yeah, but as time went on, I rebranded, I recreated myself, and I was like, okay. I had a lot of complaints like, oh, you don't sound like an African.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, this sounds like Future. This sounds like this. You get it? And I don't know. I'm gonna play something here.
Okay. Well, at one point, music was,
Yeah.
if it didn't sound like, a Future or a Drake,
Yeah.
there was nowhere for it to go because it had no place.
It had no place.
Now, you even have people coming to Africa doing songs.
These rappers, they all sound the same nowadays. Like, seriously. It's like they went to a school and they had one teacher who was like, "You do this, say this word, say just say anything that has no meaning." That's not the type of rap I want to do, or that's not how I want my music to be seen out there. Yeah, they might say my music doesn't have its place here in Cameroon, but I'm like, I'm not doing music for Cameroonians.
Well, who are you doing it for?
I'm doing music for the world. Music has no boundaries. Yeah. Music has no boundaries. I come from Cameroon, but I mustn't limit myself to Cameroon or to the Cameroonian audience. And most of the times, a prophet is not even accepted in his hometown. So I'm like, fuck them all, because at the end of the day, if I have the fame out there, or I get the recognition, let me call it the recognition, not fame, because that's what I'm working for. I'm not working just for fame. I want my music to be recognized nationwide. Let it hit boundaries, cross, and let somebody from Atlanta, Iceland, Norway hit me like, "Oh, I heard your song playing here." You get it?
Yeah.
I heard your song playing. I really liked it. Oh, like the world has been globalized on social media. So if you could find yourself on social media and you see somewhere like, you see someone from Norway or Iceland saying, I like this guy Obey the King, or from Korea, Japan, places like that. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to limit myself only to Africa or to Cameroon. It's a global thing. Art has no boundaries. The only limit is yourself. And even those who say the sky is the limit, it's all lies. That's why I start off.
What would be your biggest compliment for a fan of your music for them to say to you? What would be?
I saw myself in this song. Or this song made me change one attitude or the other. Or this song had this impact in my life. You get it? Yeah. I'm not just doing music for the folk to listen and dance to. I want people to learn a little bit of something from them. And even if you don't you're not like attracted to the type of music I do, even if you listen to the words, I want you to get stuck. Yeah. Like, this guy knows what he's doing. This guy knows what he's saying. He knows where he's going to. You get it?
Yeah. What's the biggest limitation as a Cameroonian artist? You know, you have this beautiful video on YouTube, I'm Not a Superstar, over 25,000 views. What's the hardest part of being a Cameroonian artist?
It's about pushing, spending all that money, and at the end of the year or at the end of the day, you don't have any time to brag about, like, oh, I made 5,000 of this. I put in let me say 50,000 for the audio, and the videos are super expensive. All the swag, the dress ups, and all that, the props. I put in this amount, and at the end of the day, people call you like, oh, I'm having a show. Can you come and promote your stuff there? Or can you come and showcase your music for free? Like, what the fuck? Is that what I eat? Did I get into the studio to pay all this money and come and entertain people for free? Yeah. Sometimes we'll say we are not in it for the money. Because if I was in for the money, I would have stopped this shit like way back. Because I can't really say I've been having some income, but we keep spending because we love it. We love what we do, and we keep believing like someday, that time, like we say, God's time is the best. Someday that bell is gonna ring. You get it? Someday that bell is gonna ring, and it's gonna be your time.
So you and I had talked privately,
yeah.
And in the words of Immortal Technique, We said, you know, you can't tell us to come cook the food, prepare it, and then when it's time to eat, we can't eat. So for all those promoters who say, hey, can you come rock a show for free? You know, it's a time and a place for a free show, especially for a great cause. But if you're charging people and you're getting your bar money, you got to split that with the artist, so then the artist can come then pay the producers and the engineers and the managers all day. So y'all got to stop that old game. That's old game.
That's old.
That's 1950s game, and they weren't even playing it then. You would have got slapped. So you know, everyone has to get paid for this thing to evolve.
The artist has to eat. The producer, the dancers, the managers. I'm even trying to forget. The guys who put in the money, the work, all that, everybody has to eat. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
And it's not easy for someone to do it all by themselves. You need the producer. If you're not in good terms with the producer, how the fuck are you gonna get a good song recorded?
Yeah.
If you're not in good terms with the manager, how the fuck are you going to get shows and stuff like that? Oh, who is going to be there to represent you and get these shows for you, for the income to come?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need.
Yeah. What's the reasoning if you haven't asked a promoter who's asked for a free show, especially if they're selling drinks and everything there? What's the reasoning that they can't or they don't offer something? What do they say, that they're not making money even though they're charging?
Okay, they have no reasonable explanations to give. At the end of it, you just see that they just want to be greedy. They just want to eat all by themselves. They want you to feel like, oh, you're being honored. But at the end of the day, it's not that. Because somebody's gonna see you. They could call you up and give some free bottles, but that's not what we're working for. That's not what we dream about.
Yeah.
Let me pull off in the car and stand like. Somebody turns on, oh, I know that guy. I see him on TV. Oh, he lives the life he says. You get it?
Yeah.
You're not going to shoot a video and you have cars and all that, and at the end of the day, they see you trekking. What the fuck? It sounds so stupid. But these guys just want to eat all by themselves. Because they make a lot of money at the end of the day. You entertain your folks for free. Or you have just some free bottles. And before the show runs on, and you have to add your bottles because they don't give that much to keep you to the end of it.
Is Cameroon at the point where promoters, this was a big thing in the States where, and some still do, some janky promoters still do, where they say, you know, artists sell tickets and then we'll pay you. So if you sell your own tickets, you know, we'll pay you. Do they do anything like that here?
Here, I haven't really had that experience, so I wouldn't say much about it.
Okay,
yeah.
That's still much of a headache because now you're an artist and a promoter trying to sell tickets to your own show. Why not just go rent out your own hall if you're gonna do all of that?
If you can do all of that, have the team in place to do that.
Yeah. All right.